Time now for your forewarned weather with Thomas Keyboy.
Good afternoon, Utah. Happy Thursday or happy Friday Eve. I think to say this morning was busy would probably be an understatement. But in northern Utah, things are beginning to calm down, even though we are still seeing some snow showers up in the mountains. Here's what it currently looks like here at ABC4 News with our colonial flag camera, the American flag blowing in the wind. And those winds, instead of out of the south like we saw yesterday, they're out of the northwest. It's pretty chilly outside. We're sitting at 45 degrees in Salt Lake with that northwesterly wind at 17 miles per hour, and it has been consistently gusting over 25. So the wind chill factor makes it feel like it's in the 30s along most spots in the Wasatch Front. Up in the mountains, we've seen some pretty healthy snow. This is the snow stake from Deer Valley, where last year for just about every single storm, it was up to the antlers. Not quite that high, but still a very respectable half a foot of snow, especially given what time of the year that we're in. But it's just nice to see a fresh blanket of snow in our northern Utah mountains. And we still have the winter weather advisory in place for the western Uintas and the Wasatch Mountains until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now, accumulations were expected to be anywhere between 3 and 10 inches, and I think for most mountains, we're more or less going to achieve that. Even Cherry Peak in northernmost Utah picked up several inches of snow, around 4 inches. On the forewarned radar, we're still tracking those spotty showers in northern Utah in the high country, generally snow showers with a little bit of light rain still working its way through portions of Utah County. But we're also seeing more in the way of wet weather over towards the Uinta Basin and down around Beaver near the I-15 and I-70 interchange. We are seeing some showers moving through Castle Country. Just when you get to that point of the state, it's really hard for the radars to be able to see that. This cold front will continue to move down to the southeast. The chance of wet weather will go down, and then the big story as we go into tonight will be how chilly it's going to get. Now, for those of you in St. George, you've probably been asking yourself, what's this guy talking about? What cold front? And it still looks pretty in St. George, and the temperature 67, still fairly mild, but the cold front will drag down your temperatures just a little bit, even though St. George is likely going to stay on the dry side of things as we go through today. Let's go ahead and begin the futurecast. Northwesterly winds, a few spotty snow showers continuing over the next couple of hours, generally in northern Utah. As we go from late this afternoon into this evening, the chance of wet weather goes down across the state. Looking at mostly dry conditions for tonight into first thing on Friday. With that front staying stalled out to our south, though, that could be the catalyst for a few spotty showers tomorrow, generally in central and southern Utah, while northern Utah is going to be staying on the dry side of things. And then on Saturday, another cold front's going to move in. It just won't have as much moisture compared to the front that we saw out there this morning. However, those temperatures will ease their way back down. Here's a look at the wet weather potential on the Wasatch Front over the next several hours, looking at mainly isolated potential right now, and we're seeing that play out in Utah County. But as we go into this evening, it just becomes unlikely as it'll be turning chilly. When it comes to our daytime highs, a lot of spots in northern Utah have already hit our daytime highs before the front moved in earlier this morning, but mainly 40s up north and down in southern Utah, 50s and 60s, with the exception of extreme southern Utah and the southeastern corner of the state, where daytime highs still stay relatively mild. Then into tonight, overnight lows dropping to the 20s and 30s in most locations. However, for places like Park City tonight, we could see that overnight low drop into the teens. So make sure that you are prepared for it, because it's going to be turning cold, likely the first freeze along the Wasatch Front, which is why we do have the freeze warning in place from eastern Box Elder County down through the Wasatch Front, Tooele and Rush Valleys, and over towards the Uinta Basin, with overnight lows dropping to the 20s. So make sure that you protect any sensitive plants, those pipes, and also make sure that you bring the pets inside tonight as well. In St. George, we'll be around 70 degrees this afternoon. Then it's upper 60s with a slight chance Friday and Saturday. Then that second front drags that temperature down just that little bit more. Upper 50s on Sunday, which is pretty cool for this time of year in St. George, with some overnight lows in the 30s. As we head towards Halloween, temperatures will gradually moderate. Still looking at below average temperatures, but middle 60s in the afternoon on Halloween doesn't sound too bad. Then along the Wasatch Front, the chance of showers gradually coming to an end. Low 50s for our Friday, partly cloudy skies, a slight chance on Saturday with that next front moving in. Highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s. Then those temperatures return to the highs in the 50s on Tuesday for Halloween, as overnight lows continue to hold steady right around the freezing mark. Brian, Jillian.